There might be some things here you've never heard about Scorpio rising. What exactly does it mean? And what is a person like with Scorpio and their ascendant? Let's go over all of that and some forgotten secrets. The first thing to know about Scorpio rising is they're really sharp. 5 highly respected astrology scriptures say they're smart and educated. When they're interested in something, they dive deep into research and learn everything they can about the subject. They don't just skim the surface and want to know what's really going on, to understand the root cause of things. That's why they're known to be great researchers. When you read a lot, you gain a lot of knowledge. And by definition, the accumulation of knowledge is wisdom. The great astrologer Prithu said Scorpio rising is wise. Welcome to Astrology by 33, where ancient secrets are finally restored. It's an honor to have you here today. The mission here is to revive lost teachings to help you grow and become the best version of yourself. This is about discovering the truth in astrology and weeding out the rest. The second thing to know about Scorpio rising is they can become wealthy according to the classic text, Jyotika Parijata, especially if Jupiter aspects it. So even if you had some ups and downs financially, you should be able to make it up in the future. Your extra money and income can come from service to others and staying very organized, because Virgo's in your 11th house of gains and income. The more we focus on serving others, the wealthier we become. This is one of the most important lessons in wealth. Scorpio rising means you were born with the zodiac sign of Scorpio in the first house of your birth chart. The first house in astrology represents your physical body. It's how you look, your personality, and the way people see you on the outside. It's also your happiness. The third thing to know about Scorpio rising is you'll be able to defeat your enemies. We all know the symbol for Scorpio is a scorpion, and it has a powerful stinger full of poison. It's like you're naturally equipped for battle. That doesn't mean it's okay to pick a fight because you know you're gonna win. This energy can be used to destroy evil. Mars rules Scorpio, and he's the military general and the host of heaven. He dishes out karma according to God's command. Of course, no one wants enemies, but if you have them, you have a magnetism to win. If you believe in karma, whatever you do to someone, it's gonna come back to you in the future. So it's always best to avoid hurting someone physically or mentally, because it comes back to us like a ping pong ball. When you hurt someone, you hurt yourself, eventually. Don't be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Now, this will help you understand your rising sign better. There are 12 zodiac signs, and a different one rises above the eastern horizon every 2 hours. So when you came into this world, you could take a snapshot of the stars looking east, just above the flat line of Earth, where the sun rises, and there you'd find the constellation of Scorpio. The sign was coming up the hour you were born. That's your ascendant. It establishes the first house in your birth chart. And the fourth thing to know, okay, I really like this one because everyone knows Scorpio for being so deep and intense, but these 2 different ancient scriptures say Scorpio rising can be silly and amusing. And this is totally true. Of course, they're also beautifully deep, but we don't focus so much on the fact that sometimes they just like to lighten up and love to laugh, which also doesn't get talked about a lot. That's part of why they make such good friends. There's nothing like laughing yourself sick with someone. It's so good for the soul. Not all the time, but once in a while, a good belly laugh is all it takes. For those of you who can relate, you know what I'm talking about. These are the people who laugh at fart jokes when others get offended, or they think whoopee cushions are funny. The legendary astrologer Prithu said Scorpio rising is mischievous. There's an element of humor in there. They can be a lot of fun as long as you're not easily offended. They're not always PC, and it's just a natural tendency. They don't worry so much about saying the right thing at the right time because deep down they know we're all just human with no superficial divisions. And they hope others realize that too. They're very particular about their friends for this reason and can't do the walking eggshells conversations. They'd rather get to the meat. Small talk is not their specialty. This energy breaks the ice when people get too stiff or set in their ways. Scorpio has a way of changing that up. When I was a teenager, my grandma and I put up a post-it note on the closet that said, "Don't take yourself so seriously." And she would just laugh every time she walked past it. So Scorpio can also be very lighthearted, and it's worth making a point of that. Now let's move on to number 5. The 5th thing to know about Scorpio rising is to rest assured that if you've been through some tough times, it's not going to be tough forever. The nature of Scorpio is transformation, and that means changing from one form to another. Most people don't like the process of change because it's uncomfortable, but Scorpio is almost forced to go through this. The benefit that some other signs may not have here is that when you come out on the other side, you're always stronger and better than you were before the change. It's like a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. It's natural. And when you think nothing is happening, just know that it is. Sometimes the process of evolution is slow, and we need to learn patience. As we go through the gradual process of enlightenment, we become more aware of things that have always been there, but we never noticed them before, and they bother you now. Sometimes those qualities are within the self. Like maybe you realize you haven't been so nice to the person cooking your meals, and now you start to appreciate them and the hard work they put into it. Or you realize that hole in your wall that's been there for 10 years, and suddenly now you want to fix it. Scorpio is the force that makes ice turn to water because Mars is the ruler. Mars is direct energy, like plugging into a light socket. It takes energy to melt ice and go from a solid to a liquid, a totally different state. You may start your life out in one state and finish it in another. Don't expect things to always stay the same. So when you're going through that change, remember diamonds are only made under great pressure. And once you become a diamond, it's forever. Why would you want to go back? And it becomes all worth it. So never give up and stay strong in the storm. The process is rewarding, even though it's hard. It eventually ends and the skies do clear. Now let's go over the 6th thing to know, which is super important. And if you're liking this video, thanks for pressing the thumbs up below. The 6th important thing for Scorpio rising is to take good care of your health. Preventive medicine is the best medicine, in my opinion. It's not sustainable to eat cheeseburgers and french fries every day for the rest of our lives. The energy of Scorpio gravitates towards darkness and hidden, isolated places. And if we're not careful, that's not always the most hygienic. It's important to keep our spaces clean and make sure we open the windows and let fresh air run through the room, or get an air purifier if it's not clean outside. So don't let trash pile up. Take it out regularly and keep the corners of your shower clean. Mold tends to build up there. One of the most important things is to make sure you're eating a healthy diet. YouTube is full of videos that teach you how to eat healthy. Just find something that works for you. But we've got to cut down on the donuts and soda. Studies have shown that a plant-based diet reduces the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, certain cancers, obesity, and a lower risk of death from any cause. I'll put the references below if you want to read the studies for yourself. We are what we eat. A powerful study showed how even moderate exercise can reduce the risk of death from all causes by 30%. A lot of people don't know this. The 7th thing to know about Scorpio rising is they're very trustworthy, according to Sarah Volley, and this is so true. They're extremely loyal, and when you tell them a secret, they'll go to their grave with it no matter what. Again, this is part of why they make some of the best friends. Surprisingly, a lot of people out there can't keep secrets and love to gossip. That's not Scorpio rising. They honor their word and do what they say. This runs deep within them. It's not like they try to be that way. It's written in the core of their being. The 8th thing is they're very giving. If you invite someone to your home, you make sure they leave with something nice, like extra food or a small gift or something. Scorpio rising hates sending people home empty-handed. And if they have extra clothes or things in the house, they make sure to donate them instead of throwing them out. Each zodiac sign is a body part of the creator. We all work together to function as a whole body, so it's important to understand which part our rising sign is. Together, we are one body. All the signs have unique and essential roles, and that's why it isn't fair to say which sign is the best, because there isn't one. If you removed any part of your body, that would be a problem. Scorpio rules over the genitalia, which leads us to number 9. These people have a natural magnetism for coming together physically with another person. They can be very sensual and passionate. Human touch isn't just a casual thing for them. It's soulful and can even be spiritual. Saravali says Scorpio rising is affectionate. The 10th thing to know is these people are up for unusual and exciting experiences. The great astrologer Firmicos Maternos said they love variety. They love going to new restaurants or traveling to a new country just to see what it's like, because they're so curious. And they have questions about everything. They want to see it for themselves, especially when they're younger. So it's good to travel as much as you can while you're still young. Or maybe get a travel book on your favorite destination and do your research. Scorpio is actually a fixed sign, so as you get older, you may want to stay put more. So the 11th thing to know kind of ties in with this. These two scriptures say a person with Scorpio ascendant spends a lot of money, which can be a lot of fun. The expenses may include those adventures we talked about earlier. Just make sure you plan ahead and never spend more than you have. This way the spending doesn't get out of control. It's always good to stick to a budget. When our money goes unchecked, a lot of things in life get out of control too. Spending responsibly is honorable and you'll never regret it. The 12th thing to know about Scorpio rising is they have a great ability to influence others. They're able to hold respectable positions of power if they want to. Something about them makes people listen. And if Mars aspects or sits inside your first house, Kala Prakashika says you could even hold command over the military. Number 13. What do Scorpio risings look like? According to 3 different scriptures, their eyes tend to fall within the color range of brown, honey orange brown, or copper. 2 other books say it can give you a long torso, and Saravali says you have a good-looking face. And number 14. Scorpio rising tends to be very spiritual or religious. That's because they're deep truth seekers. Casual answers or blanket statements about what's really going on isn't enough. They want to experience it for themselves. Just because someone said so, they don't buy it, and even if it comes from quote-unquote authority. And that goes for spiritual subjects too. They'll explore until they find how it really works or they've had the experience themselves. Reading the menu is one thing, but tasting it is another. Their soul soaks up knowledge like a sponge, and they don't believe blindly. They walk the talk. The 15th thing to know is something that might be useful. If you've ever caught yourself naturally feeling mad or critical towards someone, especially if they didn't deserve it, well, that could be a Scorpio rising thing. We have to remember who rules the sign, Mars, and he's the angel of fire and heat and anger. All planets have a good and bad side depending on our karma. Fire can be used to heat a house and make it warm on a cold night. But on the other side, it can burn a house down too. Sometimes if Mars gets out of balance, it can make us a bit intense, and that's totally normal. A military commander needs to have some grit to do the job. As long as we understand our intense nature, it makes more sense when we get impatient with others or just irritable. I know it's much easier said than done, but when we live by the universal law of love, we're able to control ourselves better and to remember restraint and discipline. The greatest warrior remains calm unless absolutely provoked. Scorpio is the introverted side of Mars. The daily practice of patience, forgiveness, and trying to understand where people are coming from helps a lot. As Proverbs 15:1 says, a soft answer turns away wrath, but harsh words stir up anger. And Ephesians 4:32 reads, be kind and compassionate to each other and forgive one another. We do much better when we put out fires instead of fuel them. Now, if these Scorpio rising characteristics didn't describe you and you follow Western astrology, you actually might be a Libra rising in Vedic astrology. It pushes your chart back almost a whole sign and uses the sidereal zodiac, which works with the real stars and constellations in the sky. Western astrology uses the tropical zodiac in seasons. So if you're not sure, check out the Libra rising video and see if you resonate more with that one compared to this one. I'll put the link above. If you want Scorpio rising explained even better, here are 2 videos with the deeper meaning of your first house and the sign of Scorpio. Just put the 2 energies together. They're worth a watch if you want to know more. Thanks for subscribing and visit astrologyby33.com.